Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had something that you used or that you played with? I remember when I was a kid, I used to love these matchbox cars or these Hot Wheels. I had a whole collection. I even had like a little suitcase that I saved up, and a little plastic suitcase where I used to put all the matchbox cars in. It wasn't all my matchbox cars, but the best of the best went in that case, right? The rest of them kind of went in a bag. But I remember I grew up and I was playing out in the yard, and there was this embankment, and it was I grew up in South Georgia, and there was like Georgia clay, and it was an embankment that seems like it was a mountain at the time when I was young. But I remember I had those matchbox cars and I was playing, and I could carve out different roads meandering up the embankment, and I had certain levels where I leveled it out. And I remember I used to play with the cars and then play the cars, and sometimes I wasn't really responsible with my cars. And I remember like it was yesterday when I left my cars outside on the embankment, and I was doing something else. I went and played with something else, and I left them out there. And I remember I went to bed that night, and it rained like cats and dogs. And I was laying in my bed on my back, daydreaming or night dreaming, but without being asleep. And all of a sudden it hit me. I was like, darn, my cars, man. I remember, I was thinking. And it seemed like it rained the whole entire night. I tossed and I turned, and I just couldn't wait for the next day to come. And that morning came, I got up, got out the bed real early, walked outside, because it was a little ways from my house. I went down the path, I walked through the path, and then I came into that area where the embankment was, where my cars were. I saw my case. I saw a few cars that had tumbled over, they had spilled over and fell down to the base of the little embankment. But my prized car I couldn't find. My cherry Chevrolet I couldn't find. The one with the chrome wheels and the white walls I couldn't find. You know, the Krager rims I couldn't find. Had that little tint of greenish blue windows I couldn't find. I searched and I searched and I looked all over the place. And as I found different cars that got washed away in the embankment, I would wipe them off, clean them up, and put them either in my bag or back in the case. But I searched and I searched and I could not find that cherry Chevrolet. And it bothered me. And time went on, and time went on. And I would keep going to that same place day after day looking for that missing car. The one I loved the most. The one I used to cherish the most. And I never forget, one day it rained. And probably about 5 to 10 feet away from the embankment, I saw a little glimmer in the dirt of my cherry Chevrolet. And my eyes lit up like stars, right? My mouth dropped. I almost froze in time. And I looked at that, and I said, that's my car. And so I ran over there and I scratched around the dirt and I pulled it out. And there was my cherry Chevrolet. It was scratched. It was dirty. It looked like it had changed a little color. It didn't shine the same way it did. The wheels kind of didn't spin the same way it spun. Because I kept it in immaculate condition, now it seemed a little worn and torn. But guess what? I was so happy and glad that I found that cherry Chevrolet. But I remember friends would come over and everything. I didn't let them play with my cherry Chevrolet. I kept it close. And some of my friends, as time went on, I would go and change cars and trade cars with friends and then upgrade, and I would find new cars and different things like that. But I kept that cherry Chevrolet with me, and it always stayed in my box. And I took better care of it than before I lost it. Even though it looked torn and worn and weathered, I took better care of it because I remember having it and then I remember losing it. My friends would say, why you like that car so much? It ain't the best car in your collection. This car, that car is way better than this car. I said, nah. This is my favorite car. This is my prized possession. It got scratches on it. The wheels don't roll smooth. It sounds like it got grit and even the chrome wheels, not chrome no more, like a little rust around the edges. Why do you love this car so much? And I would tell them, I said, this was my favorite car from the beginning. And I had this car and I played with this car, but one day I took it for granted. I didn't think about it. I wasn't real responsible like I should have been with that car. And I left it and I couldn't find it. And I thought about that car and I just asked if I could just possibly find my car again. If I find my car, I would take care of that car. I would take care of it better than I ever took care of it. And that day, later on, I found the car. So now, I cherish this car. It may not look good to you. It may look worn and tattered and wore out to you. But to me, this is my prized car. You know, a lot of us, we might feel like we tattered and worn and gone through a lot. Somebody in our life may have discarded us or forgotten about us, not on purpose. But sometimes they may have let us down in life. And then you get someone that realized that they lost a good friend. They lost a good mate. They lost someone good. And now all they want to do is reunite and get back together. Because they realize what they lost. They realize the value of what they lost. Don't be a fool, fam. Pay attention to what you got right now. Take care of what you have right now. Don't let that cherished Chevrolet get away from you, because you might not be able to find it. You might go looking one day and it might be all washed away. Or it might be taken or stolen by someone who would cherish and care for that Chevrolet more than you would. Then you're still there left empty and alone and feel like you missed out because you didn't take the time to be responsible and take care of what really, really matters, right? So look around you right now. Think about what's around you right now. Take the time to honor and cherish it and be responsible enough to maintain it and keep it. Whether it's a car, whether it's a family member, whether it's your home, whether it's a tool, or it might just be a little red cherry Chevrolet. Take care of it. Don't risk losing it to one day hope to find it when it's already right there. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and don't forget to keep on growing. Grow! Take care, y'all. Peace.